Hello, I'm John, the executive producer here at Final Show Films. I got a few notes for you before the show. First, I want to thank you all for watching. We couldn't do what we do or the amount of things that we do without the support of you, the viewer. If you want to support us financially, which we always appreciate, you can go to our Patreon page at patreon.com/fsfilms, where you can donate as little as $1 a month to help us continue this and all the things that we do. I want to give a special shout out to our $25 supporters, Antitonic, Waterflame, and Samantha Bates. Second, I want to let you all know that we here at Final Show Films are planning a little get-together up at Gen Con this year. That's August 2nd through 5th up at Indianapolis. We're going to be up there just sort of hanging out, enjoying the con, spending time together, and if any of you guys want to come up and say hi, please feel free. We don't bite unless you want us to. And if you enjoy whatever it is you're about to watch or listen to, be sure to check out our website at finalshowfilms.com, where you can find links to all of our other content, both podcast and video. And be sure to follow me at John A. Bates on Twitter for more updates on all of the content we're creating in the future. In the meantime, thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoy. We are live.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Star Wars Afterlight Skies. I'm Aaron. I'm the GM for this Edge of the Empire game, and we're going to go around, roll Destiny, and introduce ourselves, starting with John.
Hello, I'm John, and I'm playing Ares Artinos, a Mandalorian mercenary soldier / smuggler pilot. And I'm going to pull up my character sheet now and press the big old Destiny button. After I do that, and what I get, because I'm at the wrong end of the chat again. 2 light side. I am a bastion of all that is good and holy.
And Kat.
Hi, I'm Kat. I am playing Powder, the surgical droid, and I got us another 2 light side.
Ooh, holy shit.
Nice.
And Jack.
Hey everybody, I'm Jack. I'm playing Rerun, the R3 series astromech droid who would like to remind everybody that Mach 3 is a unit of velocity, not frequency. And I roll the dark side.
Of course you do.
My statement stands, Jack.
Really doesn't.
Jeremy.
Yeah, it does.
Hi, I'm Jeremy. I'm mostly here. I'll be playing Corey Tane, human techie person thing.
Yeah. Seems like most of us this week are having some trouble. This week...
Spring is the worst.
I have ice cream, so...
I have tea.
Well, that makes me feel worse about myself because I have neither of those things.
Right? Fuck you both.
I went out and got
Sorry.
it. That's what I was out getting earlier.
I have a knife.
I mean, I've got that too.
I have a remote.
I was gonna say,
that can
John-
mute all
John
of
has
you,
a ton of
because I'm
knives.
the GM, when you're muted, you don't exist.
I have Valkyrie.
Okay, Jeremy wins.
Jeremy wins.
I have Fraggles.
Jeremy still wins, sorry.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
Anyway,
moving on before I go grab.
Massachusetts.
Yeah, mine are not actually within arm's reach. I have a whole bunch of Star Wars pops. Okay, so moving on from that.
Propaganda.
There are things. Yes. So excuse us as we fail to do things. Last week on Afterlight Skies, gosh darn it. Okay. Last week on Afterlight Skies, our party investigated the murder of Corey's aunt, and in a young Twi'lek hybrid, decisions were made about how to move forward with Alvod's request and Powder's brain. And the party said a reasonably fond farewell to its now longest running consecutive member, Praz, who was called away to home by his professional gladiator sister because
Sorry. I will stop.
Don't tempt me, because then there would be spoilers in this, and we would have to change the title to Look Away.
For those just listening to the
away.
audio, Jeremy has broken Aaron with the Infinity Gauntlet.
I did really fucking well as all of you were showing stuff off in your cameras.
Yes, you did. And then Jeremy had to ruin it.
Yep.
That's
Okay.
what I do. That's why I'm
Yeah.
here.
Sorry, guys. I got distracted again. Yeah. But that's basically what happened. Cody had to leave. Oh, yes. Because apparently, and Rerun found this out as well, there's some unusual stuff happening on Praz's home colony of, I want to say Iroquois, but that's definitely wrong.
Oh, it was something with an
Ionis.
His home colony of Ionis, so he was being called back to Iridonia, the homeworld of the Zabrak people, to try and resolve that and help mount a force in as unsuspicious a way as possible, because the Empire already has an army and would not be happy about that.
Yeah. And we've met the Admiral. Or at least
You
some of us have.
have. Or, well, Rerun, I assume Rerun would remember, because her name was said during that fight.
Several times. Yep.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it was also said during that fight Praz had with her.
Mhm.
So Rerun may remember it from there. He may also remember that Aki Torres, the Admiral, who is apparently Aki Torres, the Admiral, who is apparently now in charge of Ionis, was the one who had responsibility for was sent as backup to the prison where the party's two former Force users were in prison. Kind of. It's more complicated than that. Watch the backlog. The salient point is that she's a crazy bitch who put explosives on her ship to stop people from barrel rolling too close to it.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And did I miss anything that you guys feel like is major?
Nope.
I don't think so.
There's a disturbingly rapid increase of Super Ace paraphernalia building within the ship.
You say disturbing. I say correct. Also, you said, also, to clarify, because I'm sure somebody misheard it just like I did and had to think about it, Jeremy said swoop race, not super ace.
That's what I thought he said too, and that's
he
why
said
I was confused.
Sucrose, and I was trying to figure out where all the sugar came from.
Swoop race.
Yeah, Super Ace.
Sorry,
Super
I am
Ace.
so out of it today.
Yeah, I thought he said super ace, and I was like, there's a lot of asexual stuff all of a sudden. Like, I'm cool with the representation, but why?
I mean,
Jeremy
there's
just
at least one ace
melts
character
off
on the ship.
screen.
Yep.
It's not Aries.
I'd say there's probably I think there's at least two actually. Rerun just doesn't consider it relevant.
Uh-huh.
Basically, Rerun is kind of the opposite of Claptrap.
Glass is fluent in the aspects of her own identity. You just haven't asked.
Right.
Yeah.
Either way.
So, moving on from that tangent.
Right, Jeremy?
Rerun.
Okay.
As you
way too much effort to get up out of back into
do
my
I need to
seat.
give you guys 3 minutes to get your shit together?
Just Jeremy.
I'm good. I'm good.
Clearly none of you are.
I'm fine.
Okay.
I just remembered I had a box of toys next to my desk. That's all.
That's why all of my toys are over there.
I mean,
That's probably a smart choice.
I've
I
got
should
my
do
I've got
that
my
too.
toys right here. So
I think my stuff is behind me. Stream can't even
Okay.
see it.
So, rerun.
A
As
Reaper.
you say your goodbyes to the crew of the crew of your
Moontracker.
ship.
The Moonraker.
Rocks fall
Everyone does.
somewhere off in the other side of space. Sen yells out, "What the fuck?"
What was it actually called?
Asteroids.
Moon-
Asteroids fall.
Tracker?
Start raining
Moon
down
Tracker.
on it.
Asteroids fall. Everyone dies.
They're meteorites if you're in space, right? Kind of.
I don't know.
It's Star Wars. Asteroid belts are weird.
Anyway, Moon Tracker.
Meteorites are moving. Asteroids are stationary. I think.
So rerun. You say your
Uh-huh.
goodbyes. They plan to stay for maybe a day or two more, unless their passengers need to leave sooner than that. But they will be off trying to ground up any secondary jobs, any trade routes they can make along the way.
Cool.
They'll obviously be available if you need them for the next few days. But you head back alone
Top-notch.
towards the Dasari. Under your wheels, you feel the beginnings of snow. It's cold out according to your thermostats, and you can see the slight slow of the flow of people and the increased evidence of foot traffic where it is.
Mm.
There's already sort of swoop-like things with large plows attached to the back starting to move the snow out of the larger streets, though there's just a light
Uh-huh.
hope.
Okay. He will wheel himself back up the ramp to the Nasari, and go looking for Corey to see if we want to put the call through to Alvad to say, hey, let's set up a time so that you or your reps can see that this has been deleted. Because I think Corey was the one who kept his number.
Probably. Yeah, yeah. Sure. If we're good to go with
Awesome.
that. I think we are.
Pretty sure we had that all set up. I don't think we've done the download yet, but
You have not.
that's kind of imminent. Fantastic. I'll go see about getting Powder all set up.
I'm echoing. in
Isn't
someone's
Powder
head.
currently hooked up into the computers in the workshop already?
I think,
'Cause
I think so.
You had
I
hooked.
think
You had hooked
they're
them
still
up.
there when
Yeah, you had hooked them up at the end of last episode.
Yeah.
Because
all right, Powder. We ready to light this candle?
Yes.
All right.
I appreciate your confidence.
So, there will be 3 roles. 2 of them will be mechanics, 1 of them will be computers. They will be divided between the 2 people responsible for this, and that you will get 2 boost die. 1 from Powder being a willing participant, and 1 from your ally also being trained in these areas.
Okay.
The 2 mechanics roles are to essentially make sure Powder has that come out and keeps working. The computer's role will be to salvage the data and store it separately.
Right.
Don't fuck it up.
Yeah, you do have a backup character for when we
Nope.
triple fail despair, right?
Nope.
I mean,
Alright.
lobotomy's not that bad.
Everyone rolled fuck all of your destiny rolls.
Uh-huh. I can honestly say though that if anything happens to Powder, like that you can't fix them, I am absolutely just going to play Powder as a brand new droid. Because I love it.
That is certainly an
All right.
option. And if this goes really badly,
It's
we
gonna
will have
happen.
to talk about what's going next. I
Yeah.
probably should have done that before session, but I
So
didn't.
how do you
well.
want to do these rolls, Jack?
Which one of you has more?
Corey's got more ranks in everything, honestly, I think.
Probably. She kind of
right.
specialized.
Yeah. Because I've
Each
got
take a
2 yellow and yeah, probably.
Each
And
take a
then Corey does the
mechanics roll.
computer.
I'll do the computers. Okay.
Okay, so the 2 mechanics rolls will both be made at difficulty 4. Is there any other stuff you have, things you want to bring into the situation at this point that might further modify it? Either abilities or equipment or past experience.
Let's see. Tinker's not going to help. Solid
You want Ares to help?
Oh, no.
Nope.
Go away.
So, usually unskilled assistance is possible. In this situation, given how technically specific what's going on is, the only unskilled assistance you can get is the person whose brain it is.
I'm just teasing.
Um,
I have no
do we
rights.
still
I
have a
actually
phone
still
number for
mechanics.
Lux?
Rerun, you have you are probably the only one who does, but you do have
Okay.
a number that should be an emergency line to Lux.
Say I have ranks in both computers and
It was
mechanics as
probably
well.
handed with some variety of don't use this, but it does exist.
Probably not an emergency. Okay. Yep. Nope. We'll pass on that for now.
all right. So you said we had one. Oh, boost die, not setback die. 1 boost die.
2 boosts, 4
2 boosts.
difficulty.
Right.
Okay.
Okay. And here's the big surprise. I'm gonna spend a destiny point.
I'm
Yay.
spending it
Two.
right back. So it's
Oh.
dark side upgraded as well.
Are you spending one
You
on
flipped the light.
mine as well?
Oh,
No, we both flip light side points.
I'm flipping 2 dark side points back at you too.
okay.
Okay, so upgrade each side once.
Oh boy.
All right.
I'm
Sorry.
now,
go ahead.
those 2 boost die, are those to be divided between the 3 rolls, or is it just like you have 2 boost die on all of these rolls?
Oh yeah, divided between the 3 rolls. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
You
I
get
feel
to
like
if I
decide
take one
where-
for this?
where you want them.
No, that's fine. I figure we should probably put these into the mechanics. I'm gonna save one for the computers roll, so I will just roll normally.
Okay.
So I've got pretty good odds. Anyways, I will go ahead and do my roll.
As will rerun.
Fuck off.
Okay.
4 successes, 3 threat on reruns mechanics.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. One down.
All
One
right.
down. Oh.
Not quite as good.
Okay. Okay.
One success
Still a
and 1 advantage.
Success is always good. All right, and the last one gets the other boost die. Yeah.
Yep. The last one is a difficulty 5 computers roll.
Jesus Christ.
It is
Okay.
very challenging to store this data in a readable format.
Well,
Yeah.
Back ya.
Jesus Christ.
it's already damn near impossible.
Come on.
That is exactly what that roll exists for. 5 difficulty is near impossible tasks. The only higher difficulty that exists within the system is difficulty
Okay.
5 with you must spend a force point to even attempt it.
I have now crossed all of my fingers.
I
Let's do
mean,
this.
if this doesn't work, all that means is that we can't put this specific subroutine back in. It's not the end.
Yeah, or that it's more challenging to read it without replacing it in Powder's head, it doesn't mean that Powder is fucked.
Yeah,
necessarily.
we've gotten through the potential Powder is a vegetable rolls.
That's good. Still.
Hey yo!
But that will solve it. Yeah.
Whew.
Corey's
2
really
successes,
fucking
4
lucky.
threats, and a goddamn triumph.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Okay.
The
Right.
force was with you.
So it is.
Corey, do you have
lot
the
of
sheet
effort.
for...
I have to say, this is a lot of effort for a subroutine that is potentially not useful in any way, shape, or form. Because
It's useful to me, goddammit.
it's not you. Well, that's the thing. This is like the equivalent of a nervous tick.
This is like the equivalent of the nervous tick from the person who used to own your body.
Like,
This is more like the nervous tick that was installed by the person who used to own your body, and you want to find out who that person was because you don't remember them.
I mean, that is entirely true, but all of the rest of the information, we're not taking the warnings away. We're taking away that one command that goes that makes you go jab.
Yes. Without permission.
Jeremy, for what it's worth, you can spend a triumph to more or less completely conceal the system slice on a computer's check.
Yeah, sure. I mean, as long as it's still going to be successful otherwise.
Yes.
Okay.
Success means success. That's one of the things I like about this system.
Okay. So yeah.
The best part is that it's basically that you've just taken out the command that consent is not necessary.
Yeah. Okay. So it is a long night. Powder, you are in and out for most of it. Occasionally there are sort of those flashes of memory that sort of become less frequent as this goes on.
Okay.
Rerun and Corey, it's a stressful process, and by the time you're looking at it at the clock, it's like 3 a.m, and
We started
you
at
still
noon.
have time to go. But eventually, by the time that Ares and Sai are getting up to do their morning workouts and coffee and whatever, things have been resolved. There's a small data pack, the Star Wars floppy style of data system that contains what was salvageable of the data, potentially readable now. And the data has been removed from Powder. Corey, you're fairly confident that no one's going to notice that the data was copied and saved elsewhere.
Okay.
And yeah.
Delete those system registry files.
Powder, you can access the memory of previous notifications. You still remember these things. You still remember what you did. You still remember why you did it, what the notifications looked like.
Mm-hmm.
But they're no longer in that sort of temporary file next to your brain. And given that you're a few rooms over from the med bay, when you look in there, you no longer get prompting notifications from the body of the dead teenager.
Awesome. So yeah, Powder will actually go once everything's done. We'll go into the med bay. Notice that the notification doesn't come up. We'll walk back to Rerun and Corey and say, "Thank you. I believe it has worked."
Excellent. I need to recharge.
Yes.
I will send off the message that we are good to go
Okay.
to Dickbag or Dickbag surrogate, whichever it is that I have the contact for.
You have a contact for Alvad directly.
Okay.
Madeline will he'll essentially say that Madeline will come by sometime within the next day if that's acceptable to you. And
That was a mistake.
Cool. Yes. Give us at least 12 hours.
of course.
Doesn't even hang up, just passes out.
Yeah. All right. So, Aries, you're up getting coffee as
You have the
Rerun just
entire
probably
ship to
wheels
yourself.
directly to a power charger.
Look over at Rerun as he comes in. How'd it go?
We're done.
Good.
Click.
Right.
Viola will. Oh, I have more questions about the. Well, never mind.
Well then, I need to go do some information gathering, and since everyone's asleep, I guess I'm doing it on my own.
Yep.
I want to go to any sort of weapons dealer that
License.
yeah,
illegal.
licensed first.
Okay. Yeah, it's probably it's easy enough to find. Doesn't have anything particularly exotic, but
Nah, that's fine. I just want to talk to the guy.
yeah.
Right, I've got a question, right? Bounty hunter, well tried, obviously. Got a question. How often do you see weapons coming from the Zabrak colony of Ionis coming through?
He'll, I mean, I've seen people with them. If you're looking to hire some Zabrak, I know a guy. I think there's also some, another bounty hunter is pretty local, but I don't stock from there. I don't know anyone who does. Not at least not in this city.
Is it a licensing thing, a price thing? What keeps you from stalking from there?
It's kind of out of the way for a manufacturing hub. It's not that. Hey, look, no offense, but they're not that fancy or special. They're not worth the extra import costs. And besides, there's a trade blockade, sort of. I don't know the details. In terms of Ionis, I mean, I know a few places that stock other goods from that area. They might be able to give you more details about how trade works there. It's I gotta get him.
Right? Yeah.
Anything that comes from off planet, there has to be a ship carry it here.
Right.
I can go to our own moon. I can go 3 planets away in the same system. I can go 1 system away and get just as much quality, just as good build.
Right. Understandable. You said you know some folks that do some trading from Ionis. Can you point me in that direction?
Yeah, sure. And he'll give you a few names. I would try, let's see. Are you looking at manufactured goods, cultural exchange?
Something that things that come directly from the colony.
Cool. There's a downtown there, and he'll give you more specific directions. Yeah. They do some touristy stuff, but they have a lot of imported fabrics, imported dining ware, stuff like that. I believe they stock some things from Ionis and areas around there.
Right. Thank you. Have a good one. And I'll head in that direction to talk to that store owner.
Yeah.
And basically what I'm doing is I'm going around. I'm trying to ascertain how difficult it is to get goods from Ionis to here, and if there are any like And just aside from just cost and cost versus quality, if there are any like legal ramifications or blockade or trade blockades or things like that that would prevent this weapon that I now have from getting from Ionis to here, so I can eliminate some of the venues the sniper would have had to go through.
As you're walking, I want you to make me a knowledge, education, or warfare, your choice.
It's the same thing. What difficulty?
Given that difficulty 2, given you're a Mandalorian, you have some experience with the weapons trade.
Yeah.
Even if it's not your specific area or necessarily your family's.
Failure 1 threat.
Make a critical injuries roll.
Yeah, you need to talk to somebody.
Yeah.
It's not something you know off the top of your head.
And that's why I'm
No, if I made critical injury rolls for failing intelligence rolls, I would end up having you guys doing that to me in the games where I play the dumb character.
But yeah, I'm going around trying to gather that information so I can.
And my cleric would be dead.
So I can.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, you arrive at that textile place that they told you about. There's furniture and stuff out front. There's like various fabrics hanging on racks. Woman walking around the store. Anything I can help you with?
Yes, I've got a question about your importing. This is all from the Zabrak colony of Ionis, right?
Yeah, these 2 racks are, and we have a few tables over to the side if you're...
Are there any trade restrictions or particular problems with importing from Ionis to here?
Well, there's always bandits, even on the most secure of routes. We need good pilots. But in terms of trade fees, I believe there is something that the Zabrak impose upon their colonies. Though that is usually paid sort of on the manufacturer side, we see an increase in price for it, of course. But you'd likely have to pay that if you were getting such goods and bringing them here yourself. Other than that, no. Actually, things have laxed a bit recently.
Really?
In terms of Ionis.
All right, good to know. Good to know. Are there any other dealers that specialize in product from Ionis in the area?
In terms of mass market manufactured wares?
Manufacturer, yes.
I would be the primary dealer. I'm not. Of course, there's competition elsewhere. You'll find your best prices here, of course. But,
of course.
There aren't necessarily. I don't say this to seem cocky. There aren't tons of people who import specifically from there. I just try and get as many different places as I can. And you see that there's actually small labels on a few of the other rows and shelves for places you recognize as a specific colony, a specific... Though, if you're looking more out of the box, I do know a few people that... cultural goods, stuff like that, but nothing manufactured.
That's fine. Thank you for your time.
Of course. If you're considering purchasing, Amelia, Tane, ask for me at the desk, and they'll know that I helped you.
Tane, right. And I will head out and start as I'm walking away going, how many fucking relatives does Corey have on this planet?
The Force works in mysterious ways.
Yep. Squirreling that note away for later. Did the weapons dealer that I talked to previously give me any like names or locations or meetup locations for Zabrak bounty hunters or mercenaries?
If you had asked, there's a bar you can go to.
I'm gonna head that way.
Sure. It's easy enough to find. You do notice the crowd is almost entirely Zabrak. None of them seem to blink an eye about a Mandalorian there, but woman with sort of long braided hair is bringing around drinks, sort of looks up, gives you a nod, waves like waves you towards the open tables. Open seating.
Thank you. I'll go over, pull the helmet off, set it down. And while I'm waiting, I'm just going to look around and see if there's anybody that matches what we saw on the holo vid previously. The older Zabrak male that looks like might work in that sort of area.
You don't have to roll. There's not. No one that old.
Okay. Were we able to make out like specific patterns of his face tattoos?
No, this is a convenience store camera from across the street level of quality in Star Wars, where there's no color in video.
Yeah, I just didn't know if we were able to like a specific design or anything.
Not from that distance.
All right. Well, I will sit there for a bit. Order whatever the strongest drink Praz ever had was.
Okay.
Because
Iridonian ale, from what I recall. That was his go-to.
From what I recall, you're gonna need to make me a check. And because I don't feel like going back to make absolute sure it's the same check, make me a resilience difficulty 3.
All right. Wow! 1 failure, 2 advantage.
Should have eaten something
cover
before
it
after you got up,
well.
dude.
Yeah.
But as you're choking it down, this stuff burns, and not quite in the way you expect alcohol to burn, more in like the, oh, hey, they put some acid in this.
Yep, that's fine. I just want to watch, sort of like sit there while drinking, and sort of watch and see. I'm looking for the signs that tend to exist, if such signs exist in this particular place, that there's a back to this place that isn't necessarily available. And not just like the back of the bar, but like VIP rooms or something like that is intentionally sort of hidden away. Like there's conspicuously armed people leaning against a wall at the far end of the tavern.
Make me
like
a full check difficulty 2.
Right. Advantage. No failure, no threat.
You don't see any like back areas that are staffed or anything. You do notice that in the back there are a few booths that seem a little more private, which may be where people conduct business so they don't want overheard.
Mm-hmm.
And about at that time, as you're sort of finishing that drink, which you can't exactly chug all of it with that roll, but
sipping.
you can
I'm
finish
sipping
it over time. Yeah, sipping. A Zabrak woman, and with bright red skin, sort of one eye missing, seemingly from some sort of blade, heated weapon or claw, and a half-shaved head to match, sort of spinning a small pocket knife, something like that, in her fingers. Hello, stranger.
Looking at her. Howdy.
You're mighty fine. How you doing today?
Doing quite well. How are you?
Lovely. Don't see many of yours in this parts. Got anything you might be looking for, interested in?
Well, I'm certainly looking at something right now. I say, drinking a little bit.
Yeah. Hopefully something that can help you out with your or other little something. Don't think you just chanced to a random bar.
Nope, not indeed. I'm looking for an old friend of mine. It's been many a year since I've seen him. Older Zabrak fella. Worked with him once on a skirmish on an outplanet. Dr. Snot. I can't remember his name for the life of me. Too many hits to the head, you know. Don't see him around here, though, so figure I'm probably wasting my time.
You want to meet with Zito?
It might be. That might be his name. I think a Z sounds right. Sure.
And she'll come same place tomorrow.
Sounds good to me.
Looking forward to it.
Finish the drink. And then if sort of sit further, does she leave or is she sort of hanging around?
She'll hang around. She'll probably bounce between a few other tables. It seems like she does the round. She seems to be some sort of fixer, some sort of go-between.
Gotcha. All right, yeah. So after finishing my drink and her wandering off, I'll head back to the ship then. Yeah. I'll head back to the ship, taking a very circuitous route that has lots of turn-ins and roundabouts and ways to lose somebody suspiciously following after me.
Okay. Yeah, you do that. You eventually arrive back at the ship.
Yep. Check in on. Actually, not even check in.
At this time, the rest of the group has mostly woken up.
I go down to Corey's workshop and very loudly, bang, 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 on the door.
What?
Your relatives are all over this place.
There's a long pause. And the door opens.
Does the name Amelia Tane mean anything to you?
Not specifically.
Well,
why?
She runs a store that does a lot of merchandising sales from various colonies. Spoke with her, seems like a lovely... Did she look like Corey at all?
Make me a knowledge xenology roll, because apparently that's how we determine paternity and stuff like that.
What difficulty?
Difficulty 2, standard.
1 success, 1 advantage.
Like, roughly. They could just both be distinctly Corellian.
Yeah.
But similar hair color, stuff like that.
Looked a little bit like you in the face. Then again, most of you Corellians look like that. But ran a shop.
She looks like she's listening as she walks right by and walks right next door into the medical bay.
I'll follow after, just giving details of the place.
Yeah.
Yep. Figured you might want to know.
So, Aaron.
Mm-hmm.
Two questions.
Sure.
Question number 1. Based on my experience having been in and helped around the medical bay enough, between glass, between everybody else, is it fair to say that I know where either a strong enough anesthetic or a paralytic is?
Okay, so I have a quick question for Kat that's probably not going to end up being quick. You have some of those, right?
Yes, I do.
I want Kat to roll me a D100.
Okay.
Jeremy,
100.
This
Yes.
is Star Wars.
You know
this is
exactly
Star Wars, not
where it is.
StarCraft.
And
You know exactly where they are. In powder.
Motherfucker.
unfortunately, the stronger... You know where, like, the extra med kits and stuff is if you wanted to make a point by making someone a little drowsy? Unfortunately, the full neuroparalytics are all things powder.
Okay, no, that's fair.
But I can say that powder is currently hooked up and charging at the moment. So
Yeah. Powder's off, so you could
She looks
grab
around
it.
as if she was more hoping that there would be one lying out somewhere. And He knows that Ares doesn't spend enough time in the med bay to know what would be what.
Yeah.
So, but not being one around, she's just like, okay. Why were you there?
I was trying to figure out if there were any specific issues with acquiring goods from Ionis. The sniper rifle that we found, probably used by our sniper, comes from Ionis directly.
Okay.
So, looking on leads for that. Anyways, thought you might want to know. I
appreciate it.
Walk away.
Yep.
Okay.
Are you gonna?
She just goes back to what her original plan was.
I was gonna say all you have to really do is just open Powder's stomach cavity.
I don't think Corey's the kind of person to rummage through Powder's chest while Powder's asleep.
That is
I'm just saying.
extremely inappropriate.
It's good to know that Corey has boundaries.
Going through someone's bag versus going through their cabinet where you also keep stuff.
I mean, except for even more invasive, but yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like going through It's like going through someone's
the one
pants.
with all the dots and skullduggery.
It's like going through.
It's like going through someone's pants while they're still on.
While they're wearing them in a sleep. Yes.
Yeah. All right. And we
Yeah,
have
that's
just
probably
learned
about where you're
consent
at.
is
Yeah.
good. So yeah.
Okay.
It's that scene from Black Panther. I was going to gift wrap it, but I figured. So, I'm just... actually, I'll go check on rerun them.
Well,
Rerun?
Checking on rerun.
Yeah.
If you find rerun, there he's plugged into his little power charge thing in his cabin. The only thing that's rolling right now, a little bit of the ambient power is powering a little kind of like LED readout marquee that just says "fuck off" in Arabic. He
Ting,
seems
ting,
to be
ting,
completely
ting.
powered down. Oh, okay, yeah, no. If you tap on him, he'll. Oh. What?
Looking for information. Could use your help.
What kind?
The rifle that we found came from Ionis. Looking to.
Right.
I've been asking around trying to figure out where it might have come from. Weapons dealers, at least legitimate ones, don't bring them in. Costs too much to get them shipped in. They do get some textiles and other sort of manufactured goods through, though. Figured you might be able to help me find out if somebody's smuggling in weapons or if they're just coming in on mercenaries.
I mean, probably just on the mercenaries.
Yeah.
You don't usually buy new weapons when you... Well, okay. but
Except
no,
for when
yeah,
you throw
I see
them
where
away.
You're going with that.
Yeah. You see what I mean?
Yeah. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep. Okay. Let's see what we can find.
Also got a meeting with Zabrak named was it Zito? Was the Aaron? Was the name Zito?
Yes.
Zito.
Sorry.
Also got a meeting with a Zabrak named Zito, who apparently is an older male, likes to snipe, or at least that was the response to my personal ad.
Can I roll and see if during my time that I was here on Corellia as part of Chunguska's gang, if that name ever came up?
Sure. Roll me knowledge and a roll difficulty too.
Yeah. Okay. 1 success, 2 advantage.
Yeah, sure. You know Zito. He's not exactly the classiest of mid-range assassins, but he's been around forever. Yeah, you're aware of his existence. Anything specific?
If he's known for having a particular MO in terms of assassination, whether or not he's like, oh, this is the guy you call for sniping jobs, or if he's more this is the guy you just call if you need somebody erased, and he'll just do it however he feels right.
Yeah. He tends to be more of a sniper. He's not a cleanup guy.
Right.
You could. he has a little bit of a reputation for being pretty boring, pretty typical. He's not flamboyant the way a lot of assassins tend to be.
Right. There's nothing standout about that guy. He does do some long-range wet work, but and he generally does not pick up after himself by reputation, so might be a decent lead. But yeah, let's see if we can figure out anything on the weapons, and then once we get all the other errands done today, we can have a meeting with this gentleman.
Yep, got it scheduled for tomorrow. So
excellent.
So, anything anyone else wants to do before Madeline shows up?
Corey's just going to be working on the ship.
Rerun will be trying to ferret out any information, maybe do some basic slicing in order to see if we can find any records of rumored or purported weapon smuggling that might fit the acquisition of this type of weapon that we found.
Computers difficulty. Oh.
No, go ahead.
Computers difficulty 2 with 1 setback because you're trying to find somewhat hidden information.
Okay.
The only thing that Powder would do would be to give probably either Cielo or Corey, whoever's not busy, the data pad with the stuff on it, and say, hold on to this, put it someplace safe, so that it's not in a place where Powder knows where it is, and it's not in a place where Powder could get to it at that point.
2 successes on the computer's roll.
Yeah. Given that Sai isn't here, Sai's door is bolted shut. Also, for other reasons, Sai's door is bolted shut. He gets that. Rerun with 2 successes. You don't find any evidence of gun smuggling in the Aeona stuff. There's definitely something going on that's slightly shady, potentially smuggling related. But running the numbers, unless you really needed guns from that specific place, it would be a super inefficient gun smuggling thing. This is Corellia. They've got moons, they've got planets around here where you could get very similar guns, even if you're looking for something somewhat untraceable, or rather anonymous.
All right. So yeah, he'll make sure that Ares is looped in on that.
Yeah.
Right. So,
but yeah,
the extra price
probably came in.
Right. You can find what you need manufactured locally, probably, without having to get it shipped in from off-world.
Yeah. So, either something he had with him that he didn't care to throw away, or didn't care about throwing away, or something else. Well, I mean, that seems like the most likely. If he just had a penchant for shooting people with weapons from Ionis, then I guess he would have kept it, wouldn't he?
I mean, that makes sense to me.
Well, the question is, I guess we'll find out more when we meet him. It's a lot harder to find other people who are really good at killing, and hiding about it, than it is just random normal bounty hunters.
No, you lot tend to be a little on the noisier side, frequently.
Yeah. Oh well.
But when you get to kill people for generally legitimate reasons, you don't have to be as
exactly
most of the time.
Glad as you want. So, speaking of killing people for legitimate reasons, what are we doing with this this woman that's coming around to look at Powder?
Not killing her?
Okay, just wanted to make sure.
Yeah, no, she's here to watch us delete a file, and then we'll get back in touch with Hondo.
Didn't you already delete the file?
Hmm?
Didn't you already?
No, we we prepped for deletion, but we didn't want to actually do the deletion until we had the witness present so that they actually see it being done and have fewer doubts and questions.
Right. All right.
But she's going to be back eventually. I should check in with Corey and see exactly when.
Yeah, you do that.
And Rerun will do that.
Cool. Yeah, Corey is probably in the main room 12. The engine room, whatever the fuck it is.
I'm pretty sure that's an engine room.
The equivalent of the engine room. Working on the life support system. Hey.
Problems?
Huh? No, everything's fine.
Okay. Insight.
That would be a cool roll. Difficulty is always determined by the other player in these instances. Sorry, I said that and then I distracted Jeremy with a whisper.
Sorry, what did you say?
What is the difficulty for my
cool What's the difficulty for trying to tell if Corey's actually doing okay?
What number am I looking for?
Probably whatever your ranks in.
Yeah. I generally say it's up to you. Technically the counter to cool is going to be your deception. But I was saying you can set Jack's difficulty. Sorry.
It's okay.
Yeah.
My cool rating is 2.
Okay. That's easy enough then. 1 advantage. No success, no failure.
Also, I've won the argument, so.
Yes, you have.
Actually, no, I'm not even going to go there.
Okay, John, you don't have... No.
I love how we're back to doing visual things.
Carol Danvers, signed
John,
by
turn it off, please.
Kelly Sue DeConnick beats all.
So with 1 advantage, Jeremy, what is
listening to the podcast? You just heard lightsaber noises.
I don't know. I don't know what 1 advantage means in success. That's still confusing to me.
Okay. So advantages are unrelated good things, incidental things. Successes and failures are
right. As far as cool rolls are concerned.
In this case,
I'm just going to say, and we can go through more of the mechanics details later. In this case, Rerun, Corey is hard to read. She doesn't seem like she's really hyper at the moment or anything else like completely wrong reading wise, but you're not entirely sure. You do notice though that she's definitely pretty intently working on the life support system.
Okay.
And that draws your eye.
She's absolutely telling the truth when she says there is nothing, that the life support system is fine and there are no specific problems.
Okay. Can he make like a mechanics roll to figure out exactly what she's doing to the life support system then?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
That's going to be difficulty 3 though, because even if it's a fairly vital system, someone else is working on it at the moment.
Right. 2 successes. Whoops. Nope, that didn't take. Hang on, let me reroll. 1 success. Why is that rolling computers? God damn it. I can't click the right buttons. All right, 2 successes and a threat. Dear God, that took 3 tries.
With 2 successes and a threat, Rerun is very obviously looking over your work, Corey. But Rerun, from what you can tell, Corey's essentially trying to isolate certain rooms. Obviously, the light support system uses a variety of gases to create a climate that is viable for most of the breathing organisms on the ship.
Mm-hmm.
And so it sort of synthesizes that gas and recycles it. And obviously there are products that probably shouldn't be recirculating, that Corey has made it an option to just recirculate those ones. Though it doesn't seem active at the moment.
Right. Well, let me know if you need any help. When is Madeline scheduled to show up again? Do we know?
Didn't say. I kind of just said, we're good to go. Let us know when you're going to show up. And then I fell over.
Oh, okay.
I should go check and see if she sent a message back. That was 8 hours ago.
Gotcha. Well,
You did
or
ask
if
for
you
12 hours.
responded
That is
before
perfectly-
the line ended.
You did ask for 12 hours. So if that's only been 8 hours, you know.
That's fair.
Yeah.
okay.
There is a message from Madeline. It's just a really short text message, type of text-based message, not a whatever. Basically trying to schedule for about 3-4 hours from now, or longer. She's available for the rest of the afternoon. That's just the easiest time for her.
I send back emoji.
Okay, so there's a little square for symbol not found.
For those just listening, that
Because
is
it's hard
the
to-
okay hand emoji.
Really? I was really hoping it would be like, do you want the Twi'lek okay, human okay, hut okay, Doug okay, various hand gestures from various cultures and species.
No,
Like,
you
cycle
need a
through.
protocol. See, that's what protocol droids are for. That's not
yeah, that's
programmed
true.
into a traditional computer.
Yeah,
You need a
that's right,
protocol
yeah.
droid to for that stuff.
Also known as the circle game emoji.
Yeah.
Look here.
God damn it.
Isn't that also the hand sign that what's his fuckface uses? Milo?
I don't think that Milo can co-opt the existence of the OK symbol.
I mean, he can certainly try. But let's be honest, nothing Milo fucking Yiannopoulos does has any importance whatsoever anymore, period. Because
Yep.
nobody will have anything to do with him.
I mean, except Alex Jones.
Nobody who matters will have anything to do with him.
Okay, so this isn't a Senate-based campaign. You might actually be in the core worlds now, but this is Edge of the Empire.
Yep.
So
Well, I'll go to my room to
That
relax.
stuff- okay. So Corey went to go read and send a message,
yep,
which means she's not in the engine room anymore.
that's up to Jeremy.
I mean, there's no communication
Okay.
things in the so
Yeah, we're gonna take a closer look at this and see exactly what the fuck she is up to with the
Okay.
light support.
Yeah, just another mechanics difficulty 3. This one may yield more information because you're not just peeking over someone's shoulder.
I'm using a light side point. Another 2 successes.
Damn it! I was trying. Okay. No, you
can
rolled
impose-
too quickly because I was going to flip a point for you as well. But that's fine.
Okay.
I won't
Sorry.
fight it.
Yeah. That is one of the downsides of not having physical dice, is it's a lot harder to just look at the other player across the table and hand them a red die.
That's when you say, I'm going to flip one for you too. Hold a moment. Click.
Yeah, I was in the. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Yeah, it
Jeremy
was starting to be said.
It's all good.
I
No,
don't mind. I don't mind re-rolling though. I really
no,
don't.
it's fine.
Okay. All right. So yeah, 2 successes.
All right. As I wait on.
Now, some information.
Yeah.
No worries. We
So,
can flash to somebody else.
Definitely the very basics that.
I have a feeling that the flashing to somebody else involves the thing that Jeremy was setting up, so.
Yeah. So, basics of the situation. This would essentially allow Corey or whoever's working on the system to. It would not have an impact on you. It's very unlikely it would impact
Right.
powder or glass or rainbow.
So it's
Um,
either Siolo or Ares. Gotcha.
yeah. I was kind of going through and I'm like, oh hey, none of the NPCs on the ship breathe.
Yeah, funny thing that.
As long as they are back down, I can gas the ship. No, I'm kidding. But no,
Right.
that's kind of it. Essentially by using some of the stuff that needs to be recycled by it, Corey can induce. For a human or something, it'd probably be a knockout agent, that sort of thing, into the air within a specific space. The door to that space would need to be closed, of course.
Right.
But it wouldn't get proper air circulation.
With that assumption in mind, then, do I see any improvements I can make to this little system she's jury-rigging?
Yeah, sure, why not? You can make me a mechanics difficulty. Difficulty 2, with 1 boost die for being, you guys aren't in space, you have the proper tools around.
Yeah. 4 advantages. What can I spend advantages on a mechanics check?
Spend your advantages in whatever way you would like.
So I've gone to my room.
Uh-huh.
I will say for 3 advantages, you could, specific to this, either expand it to 1 room that it doesn't already impact. It seems like it's only certain rooms that Corey got to before you showed up. Or you could increase the severity of essentially the density of the toxin and how quickly it acts.
I'll increase the intensity.
All right. And is there anything you'd want to spend that last advantage on?
The last advantage I want to spend on if and when Corey decides to use this, she gets a boost die.
Okay, cool.
Awesome. And then I will tap into ship's comms and send Corey a little note telling her what I've done.
Okay.
That should just show up on your data pad.
Yeah. And you guys already have tons of stuff established for communicating about ship maintenance, so
Right.
there's no chance of anyone else.
I'll put that into the help desk.
It's right
Get that
under
heart emoji.
So I get a little box.
all emojis render as those little error boxes.
And a number 3. I'm assuming that the greater than sign is still part of
Less than, but yeah.
It's a mathematics.
So I could be an asshole and point out that 3s are not 3s in Star Wars. We know exactly what 3s look like, but I will say that style of emoji does emoticon. Technically, those are emoticons.
similar. I am sure there is some symbol in the Star Wars universe that looks like a 3, because George Lucas would do that. So yeah.
Okay, cool. And then he'll trundle off and get busy doing other things while he's waiting for Madeline to show up.
Cool.
Okay.
Yep.
Is there anything else anyone wants to do before Madeline gets here?
Nope. I'm echoing in some.
It's probably me. All right. So, a few hours later, Madeline arrives. She's wearing sort of a long jacket with a hood. Clearly rerun. Actually, for those of you who looked outside, you know this. The snow has continued. She'll sort of shake off her coat outside before coming in. It's not that wet. There's the distinct mixture of water and sort of a smell of dust and stone. And chill. Oh, hi. I was coming from a lecture about several varieties of panther bear with different spot patterns unique to this region. And we'll start yammering about wildlife.
Mm-hmm.
So you wanted me to take a look at...
Yeah, so we've got this handled. Believe we're good. Hopefully this is going to satisfy him.
All right, what do you need me to take a look at?
I'll go grab powder, bring her down to the workshop. Bring them down to the workshop.
We're going to remove the subroutine, and we want you to be present so you can see it done. It's blah, 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 blah.
Okay, of course. All right. Yeah. So, I'm assuming Ares is sticking to...
No, I'm in my room.
Yeah. Oh, I thought you were in the cockpit. Well, whatever. Okay. So, you all arrive down in the med bay. What are you going to show off?
Here is our isolated subroutine.
Here is subroutine going away.
Beep, 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 beep.
Yep. Okay.
Drag to
Goodbye.
recycle bin.
She's going to make
Empty
her roll.
recycle bin.
See subroutine. See subroutine work. Work subroutine work.
C subroutine be deleted. Delete subroutine delete.
Yes.
Now I really want you guys to roll me like some sort of charisma because oh dear God.
I mean, like, it's not like she's some social master herself.
Nope, her presence is 1.
She is just barely present.
Which makes it that much worse that we failed to get one over on her last time.
Yep. But she looks at it and yeah, it's doesn't seem like the same thing you were playing before, but I mean, this should, from everything he's told me, this should be fine.
Awesome.
He'll look to Powder. You feeling okay?
Yes. Thank you.
Right. Okay. So weird. And she'll start going back on some animal or another,
Mm-hmm.
and leave.
Okay.
Yay.
Sweet.
We still don't want to do anything to undo that until
At least you hear back from
this deal. Well, until this fucking deal is complete and we're out from underneath what's his. Yeah,
Yes.
until we have what we want.
Yeah, probably.
Rerun will wait an hour, and if we haven't heard from Alvad at that point, send a message saying process completed. Can please confer with Madeline to confirm, blah blah blah. Also, please respond with any pertinent information relevant to arranging your meeting with Hondo Anaka for negotiations regarding acquisition of said swoop gang racing team thing.
There's just the barely controlled bile in Rerun's comments.
Yep.
I swear to God, if he stalls at this point, how many fragmentation grenades do we have?
We still have
We have
a little over.
We have hang on, I can give you exact numbers.
A lot.
We have we have 389 frag grenades left.
Corey just loses her shit
salad.
and he wakes up in his room, which is filled with 300 of them, going 3, 2, 1.
So,
I mean, if you want him dead, all you have to do is hand him to me. I haven't met the guy yet.
Yeah,
We
you
don't
seem
want
good.
him
You
dead.
seem
We
good at
need
making
to
the
do
people that you
business
meet
with
dead.
him.
No, I've made it. I'm not. I'm only good at making people dead who need to be dead.
with the party members' opinions on Alvad made very clear, that's where we're going to go to break.
All right, back in a bit.
Right.
And we're back. Sans Jeremy.
Yep. Jeremy had to take off. So poor traumatized Corey, who's just lost a family member and all sorts of other stuff.
I found her another one though. It's like a puppy, right?
It's almost like Ares doesn't help.
I know you just lost one family member, but I found another. You can keep her.
Yeah, it's almost like Ares doesn't help all that much. So having that all happen, Corey has basically just bolted herself in the engineering bay.
Right.
Right. So waiting on word from Alvod.
Yeah. Which does come pretty shortly after Rerun sends his message. There's a short response saying, I'm in talks with with Alva's account. I'm in talks with Mr. Anaka's accountant now. I'm sure you'll get whatever you wanted out of this shortly.
Excellent. Once Rerun gets that, he's going to take that message to Ares and to Powder, if Powder is...
Yep.
I assume we disentangled Powder from their cabling hookups and that sort of thing.
Unless Powder still wants to be there.
Nope. Powder is good to go now that everything is done.
I believe the responsibilities on our contract with Onaka are complete. Anybody want to go to a bar?
I mean, I do, yes.
If you're going, I will go with you.
Did we ever take the rental speeder back?
Not yet. Praz
so.
kind of left. I'm gonna say Praz left it here.
I mean, it's in Praz's name, so if we keep it, all that means is that he owes more money.
That's kind of a dick move.
Yeah, it's fair.
We don't know where Praz got it.
Also, yeah, we don't know where Praz got it.
So either Praz took it back before he left.
I will call Praz and get the location.
Rerun's going to go look at the speeder because I'm pretty sure most rental speeders probably have some level of transponder on them to say, hey, this is where home is.
Yeah, there's a this is where home is button. There's also a if you keep it for longer than you can afford it given your deposit, it'll start beeping every 3 seconds with an unremovable thing.
Right.
That just goes beep, beep, beep.
And then starts playing the Jeopardy music.
Dun, dun.
No, because that's copyrighted.
Oh, okay. That's fair.
It starts playing the legally distinct from Jeopardy music.
I can get this back to where it needs to go. Let's drop this off and then go find Onaka.
All right, let's go.
Okay.
I've never met this Onaka.
Rerun's gonna drive.
All right.
Are you sure, Rerun?
Are you all piling in?
I can.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, fine. Okay. I'm walking.
Piloting
If Rerun is driving, I'm walking.
Piloting planetary difficulty 3 with only 2 setback dice. Fine.
I have a jetpack.
Literally two setback dice.
2 robots on
I want to see how this goes. 1 success, 3 threat.
No.
It's not necessarily still in one piece, especially because you and Corey never got around to fixing it. But it's like still moving when you get back to the rental place. Prats is not there, so he cannot get his deposit back.
Okay.
Fair enough.
But, yeah, you deliver the speeder.
There you
Deliver
go.
the speeder, turn it in, and Rerun will kindly address whoever's at the counter. If you're ever in need of any maintenance and repair work, here's my card.
What he's saying is your speeder's a piece of shit.
This Corellian teenager who looks like is not actually old enough to be able to look over the bar and has just like grabbed a stool. Yeah. Yeah. Please have a lovely day.
Oh, I intend to.
Oh, we're gonna.
Also, I would be careful when you're cleaning that thing out. There were definitely some sacrilegious happenings in that passenger seat. And I leave.
Come on, let's go take the one person here who can get drunk to a bar.
Okay. So, you've been to about 4 different bars in Corvella so far. Which one are you headed to?
The one where we met Hondo.
Okay, yeah.
Underneath. Yeah.
Alright. 3 of you arrive at a bar. Aries, you've never actually been inside this one before.
I haven't,
There's
that's true.
loud music, blackout curtains, bright lights. As you all trudge through the snow and come in, it's warm. There's clearly a lot of people in here. Conversation. You see some sort of spectacle happening in the back. That seems to have drawn quite a bit of the drunken crowd's attention.
Right, so who are we looking for here?
Oh, don't worry, just follow me. Rerun will go up to the bar.
Yep.
And with his best impression of their owner and boss's voice, will go, "Hey, yes, I'm here to see one Hondo Naka. We have business to discuss."
Woman at the desk will, "Yep, he is expecting you." And sort of eyes the Mandalorian. "Head on to the back." And
Helmet.
He will go down the lift.
With helmet on still, I give the standard Boba Fett head turn. And then follow.
All right, that was all I wanted to do. You guys can take the talking from now.
Powder just follows
literally
quietly.
haven't met this person, so you should probably still keep talking.
Okay, fine. Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, in fact, I
don't think-
you and Corey are the only people who have met this person.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't think Powder knows who this person is.
So.
And follow people into the back and see where
Powder
the
definitely.
BMIC is at. Yeah, Powder, you were there. You got
Was I?
stunned within an inch of your life
got
and dragged down the
stunned.
stairs.
Right. That's yeah. Powder has just repressed that memory.
Powder pulled. That's because Powder pulled a Praz, and when you pull a Praz, it's hard to remember.
Yeah.
Sorry, there's honking outside. So, you all head down to the basement area, which again is still filled with a number of swoops. Hondo is there, making some level of grand gestures and seeming to be talking to 2 or 3 of his subordinates. The sort of green-jacketed guy, all of these people are Weequay, by the way,
Right.
is sort of looking down at a small data pad, sort of nods as you enter. "Boss!" Goes back to look at this. And Hondo, "Hello, my friends. Thank you so much for Props to the voice actor for this guy, by the way. Random shout out. My friends. And thank you so much for taking care of that thing for me. I assume you are all well. You look shockingly alive, some of you. It's always good to have so many friends that are so breathing. Or not breathing, it's the case, maybe. Gesturing to the droids. And Ares, for your benefit, this man wears sort of a large hat with a feather in it, an ostentatious red pirate coat. He seems to, at this point, have a glass of some alcohol or another in one hand.
Yes, I know. I, the player, know who Hondo Ohnaka is.
Yep.
Voiced by Jim Cummings, actually.
Okay, props to him.
Yep. So congratulations. Every time you watch Hondo Ohnaka, that's Winnie the Pooh talking at you.
Seriously, the voice acting in Star Wars Clone Wars is so fucking amazing.
It's really good.
Universally.
It's really good. So Rerun will kind of wheel himself up there. Yes, we were able to get him in talks, it seems. So, any directives on where we can find the former owner of this swoop gang? I have a conversation that is several years delayed.
Well, I myself, of course, have to look at a few different places because, damn it, I was expecting you guys to spend more time dilly-dallying.
Sorry.
I've gotten what I need from... I've made all my debts paid and a little extra from... What the fuck is Hondo's accent? Taking a little bit extra for myself. Just what one would expect for the extra trouble I had to go through. But you're also looking for Tunguska. Now, seems like he's been quite the scaredy cat running away. Actually, I'll just shortcut this. John, did the Trandoshan have a name? Did you give him one?
Let me double check really quick.
Because...
Yes.
Oh,
Tashak. T-S-H-A-K-K. Or sorry, T-S-H-A-H-K. Tashak.
Yep. Sorry, that's not actually... Just side thing where I was like, wait, that's another person I don't really have the name for. So, he seems to have run away to hide at the palace of one of his acquaintances, potential family in the way that all kinds of families develop. He sort of gestures to, he has a great aunt who's rather very important and within the slave trade, and he seems to have run away to her floating palace. Yes. My acquaintance can of course get you the exact coordinates, though you didn't hear this from me.
We found this all on our own through our very diligent efforts. Via probably a number of slicers of whom no one has ever heard the name of.
He'll give you a smile. Of course.
Well, it was a pleasure interacting with you, and thank you so much for your willingness to assist us in this matter.
Okay. And the other guy will sort of look out from his data pad long enough to hand Rerun a coded stick of information with the coordinates.
Okay. And Rerun will do whatever the droid version of Smile and Nod is and excuse himself before shit gets weird.
Huh. Yep. Okay. Anything else either of you want to do? Lovely doing business. Hope we do business again in the future.
I am certain we will if we continue to move in these circles. We look forward to it next time.
Okay. And you all head out.
We are never doing business with him again.
After we leave the building. After we leave the building. You know, I've had to deal with weak-clay pirates before. Nasty buggers. Takes more than a few blaster bolts to keep them down.
Yeah, that guy has connections in a number of places, and it's going to take more than it would probably take a small fleet to keep him down.
Nah, their hides particularly thick. They sort of bounce blasters right off them. It's fucking annoying, let me tell you. But a Vibro X, that gets right to the heart of the matter, and to the heart of the weak-clay.
Good to know. I'm gonna go back to the Nasari and figure out what kind of info is on this stick.
Yeah, let's do that.
Powder will file that information away for future use.
Don't
file that under xenology, physiology, murder.
No, it can be used for surgery practices.
Also surgical. Just hit it with all those little tags.
Weak-clay skin is canonically resistant to plaster fire. You have to get a Vibro X and dig in.
Yeah, it's not mechanically within this system, but yes. Hondo and his crew are really far away from the stereotypical extended universe weak-clay in a lot of ways, in that they're not shadowy at all.
Mm-hmm.
What? You mean the flamboyant pirate guy? Is it shadowy?
Yep.
Who'd have thought?
All right. So, you head back to your ship.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Ares, you probably put your helmet back on, but even still, you can sort of smell, and even if you're not breathing it in, the soot and dust and dirt of mining that's just kicked up into the snow, falling back down. You sort of roll it in your fingers, and like it's half snow and half just chalky white powder.
Does that mean anything to me?
Can make me let's make it an education roll. Difficulty 2.
Difficulty 2. Am I about to have a flashback? Probably not. Flat nothing. I rolled 2 advantages and a success, and 2 threat and a failure.
It's not a combat thing. That's as far as you get. It's not like this isn't the snow from Avatar.
This isn't the ash of a world pouring down on me. This is just chalky stuff.
Yeah. Anyone else who's curious, the droids can also make the roll.
Yeah. Education.
Education. Oh, I have a rank in there. You said difficulty 2?
Yep.
I have a rank in that
as well.
Knowledge skills.
An advantage.
1 success and an advantage.
Powder, prolonged exposure would likely be somewhat dangerous, but you're not exactly sure what it is. It seems like it's just not. It's soot. It's chalky stuff, so it's probably not very breathable. Rerun. This is the effect of extended long-term strip mining with little regard for environmental regulations.
Oh, okay. So is it like basically acid snow?
It's like acid snow, but it's more just in this particular instance, the dust of the mining getting collected in the clouds and coming down, not the long extended chemical explanation of what acid snow is. It's more direct
this is
than
more,
that, but
this is more
similar.
just concentrated particulate. Yeah. Okay. Okay then.
So, helmet still on. I trudge through the snow.
Say, make sure your filters are up to date.
They are.
Good.
Yeah.
And yeah. Once we get back to the ship, he'll plug in the data stick and try and figure out which planet these coordinates are on and see if they provided any names.
Yep.
So, what do you think the odds are that this whatever Doug relative Chunguska's gone to hide with has connections to the Doug who sold Yarek's armor?
That would be extremely convenient.
It would be. We'll have to ask.
And as far as no, I figured we'd go in, we shoot the people that need shooting, and then if we find any digital records or files, we comb through those and see if there's anything that raises any red flags or eyebrows.
Sounds good to me. It's been a while since I've frauded, Doug. Need to practice.
You wonder why Corey thinks you're only about murder.
There's more to Aries than just murder.
Yes.
Murder just happens to be a big part of it.
So, in terms of location, it's a smaller planet in the outer rim. One of the those kinds of worlds that people go to live on because no one really bothers them there.
Right.
And apparently she has some variety of a floating palace. The palace itself belongs to Tikin, who's a Doug, apparently a great aunt of Chunguska's. Or rather, Chunguska has some sort of connection or ties to her family.
Okay. Is that a name that he ever heard during the couple years he spent with the gang?
Actually, yeah. Make me a knowledge underworld or knowledge outer rim check. Difficulty of 1. It's pretty likely you did.
Let's go with outer rim. 1 success, 1 advantage. Yeah.
Okay, with 1 success, you've heard Tikin's name a few times. You knew that Chunguska had ties to her. She runs a reasonably large, for not herself being a hut, slave trading and similar things operation. You didn't necessarily know where she operated out of before this, but you know that it's one of those things where Chunguska probably rarely talked about it directly, and certainly he wasn't your friend who was like, let me tell you about my past.
Right.
But yeah, you heard her name a few times. You know that at least when you were around, she definitely outranked him quite significantly. Mm-hmm. Like, if her name came up, he was always very respectful about it. But
for
you never
Doug's level of respect. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You never ran into her directly. You do know she is a Doug.
Okay. right.
If Rerun passes that information along, I would like to look up and see if there are any bounties on Tiken.
Okay. Yeah, you don't have to roll. No one really, at least openly, posted bounties on prominent crime bosses. It's a bad habit, especially when the Hutts sort of have a monopoly on everything, including, to some extent, the bounty hunter trade. So, she's not an enemy of the Hutts, is what you get from your search.
Yeah. Are there any, Imperial bounties on her?
Not really. The Empire, generally speaking, does not openly, explicitly condone the slave trade.
Got it.
I
figured,
however, they're not. So. Yeah.
Right. So.
And obviously, there's tons of people within the still existent Senate that strongly oppose it.
Well, no open bounties at least on Tiken. So, if we want to make some money, aside of course from being paid with the glory and good feelings of putting an end to a cartel of Dugs, we're probably going to want to scavenge whatever we can get off the ship.
Ship, castle,
ship, whatever. Estate.
It's a floating castle.
That one.
Yeah. Let's go with estate. Estate is good. I like
maybe
estate.
Maybe we can fly it somewhere if it's floating.
Or maybe we could crash it into the ground.
I mean, that's a good way too. But if we crash it we crash it we transport it somewhere where there's a bunch of Jawas, right? And we crash it and then sell the scavenge rights to the city to the Jawas.
Okay, that's not actually a bad idea.
Yeah.
I don't know how cost effective it's going to be. Are you going to get enough from the Jawas to cover the cost of having to tow a flying castle to where there are Jawas? But and the Jawas even dealing currencies, or is it mostly just barter shit?
I actually don't know. I guess there's a flaw in the plan.
We'll put a pin in that for later.
But it depends on the Jawas.
Okay.
Do droids even deal in currency? Depends on the droids.
This one does.
Either way, I'm sure there'll be plenty of stuff there we can pull off and sell.
If Hondo qualified it as a floating palace, well, and even slightly more reassuring, Hondo's CFO qualified it as a floating palace. Yeah, there's probably something worthwhile there.
Yeah.
Also, we should try and make sure to liberate as many of the captives as possible too.
Sure. I mean, that kind of goes with killing them, killing the dogs, right?
Yeah.
You kill the dogs, liberate.
Murder, looting, liberation. Priorities 1, 2, and 3.
That's the sort of rebellion I could work with.
As Siolo, who's sort of standing nearby, just sort of spits in his drink, and, shocked, and heads out of there.
Right. So where is this puppy?
I've got coordinates. Let's go see if we can find
Outer Rim, this specific sector.
How far away? Basically, do we want to finish up whatever we've got here on Corellia first, or do we want to just head on out? Well, I mean, I've got a meeting tomorrow, so we should
meet. Roughly minimum 3 weeks. You're headed all the way to the outer part of the Outer Rim.
It's 3 weeks. Okay. Then let's wrap up what we've got here first, and then we'll deal with our Doug problem.
Mm-hmm. We'll ask Ares for gun training because Praz is gone now.
Sure. I will train Powder in shooting things better.
All right.
Hey man, I have this gun. I need
Now
to know
see
how to
on the
use
top
it
of the
properly.
on the top of the gun there are these sights. You see, there's these 3 little knobs in the back and the knob in the middle and the front. You line them up so that they're all equal, and then whatever's behind that middle knob, that's what you're gonna hit.
That makes sense.
Like this. The basics of using iron sights.
Yep. As someone who has shot a gun, yep, that's about it. Line up the sights and then shoot. Makes logical sense.
And it's not like you really have to worry about dislocating your shoulder, given that your shoulder is mechanical and will pop back in.
Yep.
So, training, Powder, and then sleep, and then meeting tomorrow.
Yep. Is there anything anyone's doing in the meantime? Cool.
Nope.
We're moving on. So yeah, next day, Aries, are you headed out alone or are you headed out with everyone else?
I'll take me running, Powder.
Okay. The 3 of you head to a bar. The population there is almost entirely Zabrak. Aries, as you enter, you spot that same woman sort of dancing around between the tables. Seems to be fondling some guy, his bicep, telling him how strong he is.
Yeah. Doing the thing that particular position does. I will go sit down again, order a drink.
Yeah. She'll sort of spot you, and after finishing up a few of her other conversations, head over. Hey there, tough guy. You got friends.
Just a couple of buddies. I say, patting Rerun on the head. Tunk, tunk.
Do that again, you'll lose the hand.
Already did. I say, turning the hand 360 degrees.
Again.
She'll give me a smile and 3rd booth to the back when you're ready to talk with your old bud.
Sure, thanks.
Yeah.
Give it a minute, and then I'll head over there.
Okay. He has a name. Right, Zito. So yeah, you head to the back area, and sitting at the thing is somewhat nervous-looking older Zabrak with the slightly paler skin. Notably, no tattoos, no cultural markings, which for someone who's Zabrak is very unusual.
Yeah. Does he look at all like the hologram? That whatever we were able to pick from the hologram?
I mean, he's an older Zabrak guy,
But
who's
probably
not like morbidly, who's not like drastically different body type.
So we didn't get enough detail to differentiate them, basically.
You did not get very much detail off of that video, no.
Okay, I'm just trying to clarify what I can tell from looking at him, because I don't have him in a hologram to look at.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And he's sort of, hi, you want to meet me?
Zito. Yeah, no, I've just got some, shall we say, professional inquiry that I needed to make.
Mm-hmm. People ask things.
Yeah. Looking to find out any information about someone who was paying for a hit locally not too long ago. Not looking for the hitter themselves, looking for the person buying.
I hear about that stuff sometimes.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Figured you might. I will, I don't have enough credits to make a very effective bribe, so that's not gonna work. Actually,
How many you need?
Um, I only have 390 credits. I
Okay.
figure at least 1,000 would probably be the minimum.
For a mid-range assassin, yeah.
Yeah.
As I say, do you say anything to either of us out loud?
Yeah, this me having not thought about it before now. Previously, yes, Ares would have had the conversation with the rest about pulling together.
Then Powder would have given you 1,000 credits.
Okay, so I'll put a cred stick on the table that has 1,000 credits on it. Just slide over. Looking for someone who would have wanted a collector named Tane and a half Twi'lek boy dead.
Yeah. He sort of examines the credits, checking their authenticity. And, I might have heard that someone was calling in a hit on Theresa. Oh, that's certainly something I may have heard about.
I would like to. I've still got. I don't have my helmet on right now, which is good because I would like to make a. It would be coercion, intimidation check, just to sort of lean in across the table and presenting myself as the Mandalorian who can end your life if I wanted to, and I'm being really nice right now, so.
Sure. Difficulty of. Oh, standard 2.
Okay, and I'm gonna spend a light side point.
Okay.
So I haven't spent any today. Just an advantage, but not a failure or a success, so just sort of lean in, not say anything.
Yeah, he'll sort of give you he definitely sees you. Yeah. Is the sense you get. It's just that he knows the price of the information he has.
Yeah.
And he doesn't feel you've paid as much as he'd expect.
Can I make a guess as to how much more he's wanting?
Cool roll difficulty too.
One success, one threat.
With one success and one threat, given the way he's talking about them, he's looking at and indicating the money he already has, you'd probably want to. If you definitely wanted everything, you could double that. Otherwise, you could. 500, 250 might get you something more. He's basically like, okay, you've given your opening bid. The more information you want, the more it's going to cost you.
Just with my hand under the table, where Rerun can see it, because Rerun has
second cred stick.
Yeah. I just sort of indicate 500.
Second cred stick of 1,000.
Okay, so grab it.
He'll drop 1,000 on it.
All right, and I'll put it. I'll pull up a second cred stick and put it down between us.
Yeah, he'll look at it. Yeah. No, I know. Yeah, I seem to remember the details now.
I'll figure.
Funny how that always happens. Yes, you wanted to know. I didn't necessarily have anything to do with it.
Of course not.
It's a matter of professional courtesy, but also professional pride. It wasn't my hit. As far as I know, the person put up a few offers, but Nothing that was worth pissing off the Tanes, so they didn't get anyone. So they used one of their own men for it. Obviously, I don't know exactly who it was, but sounds like a group that didn't want people looking too closely at their habits, arrangements, any of that. Something. I don't know.
Wouldn't happen to have a name, would you? Or a meeting place?
No, but I know they've still got a hit out.
Where would I happen to be able to find the details of that?
If you wander around and he'll sort of give a very vague and somewhat metaphor-laden description, but Aries, you're a bounty hunter.
Yeah.
It's kind of like knowing thieves can't.
Yeah.
You can make it out what he's actually saying. There's a small window that sells Belgian waffles. Ask there for I don't know. I guess Belgium exists in this world now. Ask there for some...
Belgium is one of the core worlds.
Right. Ask there for an order of tamales, and they'll be able to offer you people that might end up in sacks. Can't say exactly which of those offers might be from them, but that's the distributor they use. Usually there's about 3 or 4 such options.
Right. Well then, thank you for the information. And I'll raise the glass and finish it, put it down. Stand up, put my helmet back on. Boba Fett head turn and go. So yeah, we'll head out then.
Yeah. All right.
And I'm gonna go order some tamales from a Belgian place.
From a waffle window?
I was gonna say from Waffle House.
Waffle House.
Yeah.
Not a Waffle House, it's a waffle window. These are different things. Do you guys not have waffle windows?
We
No.
do not.
No.
Okay, so I need to explain what this is now.
Yes, you do.
So you guys arrive, there's a few stores, but this is mostly a back alley area. And there's one area where there's a large window with a sign above it saying, Belgian waffles available here. And it is just a window in this back alley. Hey, with the woman standing at the desk, probably Twi'lek. And she'll look, and there's a small menu listed on the in the inside. You can see behind her, with various combinations of waffles and coffee and stuff on it.
Really quick, on the way there, I would have to rerun. So the phrase "didn't want to piss off the Tanes" makes it seem like Corey's family is quite a big deal. Do you want to do some sort of Wi-Fi internet-based search on our way over here?
I will. Rerun? That's not a thing.
Right, I was gonna say Wi-Fi is not a thing here.
But whatever the equivalent in universe would be.
Stop at an internet cafe.
I'll be able.
Yeah, rerun. If you wanted to plug into a random wall and see if that random wall knew anything about the Tanes, you certainly can try.
I would like to do that, actually, now that you phrase it exactly like that.
Sure. Whatever. Do you want to spend a destiny point?
No, I don't want to spend a destiny point. I want to look at Ares and say, sure, I'll do that, and then just go over to a wall and plug in and see what happens.
Roll me a D100.
Okay.
That's amazing.
That's a D100, not a D19.
I don't know if droids have Wi-Fi routers or not.
76.
With a 76, you can find a business directory that includes Theresa Tane.
Okay.
You got really lucky.
So, wheel back. There's an individual who is listed as owning a business here in the city with that last name. She's dead.
I mean, I know a second one too, Amelia Tane. I'm just... Yeah.
Right.
Well,
No, we'll have to get back to the ship before I can do any sort of deep scour of the HoloNet to try and figure out who the Taints might represent here on the planet. But yeah, no, good thought.
Yeah, because if there's some sort of, like, underground empire of some kind, I'd like to know.
Yeah, it's no bad idea.
Do we want to do that before going to the waffle place?
No. Finding out the information that we can find out at the waffle place is independent of that.
Okay.
So, go to the waffle place, order some tamales, and see what I get.
They hand you back a menu, or what looks like a menu until you read it.
Yeah.
And Aries, this is not standard practice, but this is an assassin-y thing, not a bounty hunter-y thing. So, makes sense.
It's close, yeah.
It's close enough.
It makes as much sense as the guy that had the information that we were looking for underneath the spices that was delivered with the pasta that we had to bring ourselves. So,
yep. Look, every place has different economic loopholes that make smuggling and other illicit operations more convenient. Corellia just happens to have specifically lenient policies for restaurant-type businesses in terms of investigating.
Well, yeah, it's because their whole business model is weapons and manufacturers, so that stuff gets watched very closely.
By the way, I put an image of a waffle window in chat.
Yeah, no, Waffle Window is apparently only in Portland.
Yeah.
Okay, I could have sworn there was one in Ashland.
Yeah, there might be one, but anyway, yeah, no, it's all very your region focused. It's not even remotely a chain.
I mean, it looks like it's basically like a drive-through window that you walk up to.
Yeah,
and
essentially.
Get waffles.
And get waffles from. Jack is right. Yeah.
Like, the concept of waffle window makes sense. We just don't happen to have them anywhere here.
No, the closest thing we have is...
Although my 10 minutes of research makes me really wish we did.
I would eat too many waffles, Jack. That's a problem. You just walk up and get waffles.
So with Aaron clearly not being plugged into what's common and what's not,
so I'll read through the menu and see what options I have.
All right. So there are currently about like your contact told you, 3 3 people listed.
Is one of them Amelia Tane?
None of them are Amelia Tane.
Okay.
There's a Wookiee woman by the name of Drew Moy. I don't know why Wookiee names are so stupid, but that there is a something like that.
Right, a Wookiee woman.
There's the other 2 are both human. Fucking damn it! I had this information up. Wookiee woman, and 2 humans. Corellian man named Roland, and apparently an off-world visiting individual by the name of Augusta, without a gender listed.
And do we get last names on either of those?
Yes. They come with physical details and last names.
Okay, but none of them are. Neither of them are Tane. Because I know the Zadok had said that there was another Tane hit that had been up.
He did not say there was another Tane hit.
Or just another one from them, I guess.
Specifically, he said there was another hit ordered by the same people who ordered the hit on Theresa.
Okay. Do any of these have, like, client information attached to them?
No.
Like, contacting
no
them?
Client information. He specifically told you he doesn't know which of the hits it is. He just knows from his contacts that they have been asking about someone else as well.
Okay.
But you can get the list of potential options and try and figure out which of these people. If you know, you might know.
Okay.
Know that one of them is the same target.
I will close the menu, hand it back, do whatever niceties are normally done to disengage from this routine, and then
head back
towards the ship. As we're going, right, got 3 names and 3 basic bits of information. We can, I guess, try to figure out who wants them dead. And what, if any of them have connection to Theresa.
And at that point, I'm assuming you've sort of laid out the information.
Yeah.
Siolo will come out of his room and, wait, why do you need these again? And that is where we're going to end for the night.
Okay. Say goodbye, everybody.
All right.
Bye,
Bye, everybody.
Goodbye.